told him to bring a hot dog.
That would be
from California.
Eat it live.
Eat it live.
I didn't practice this song at all.
It's our OnlyFans account.
When have you ever practiced?
I know that's true. I usually do one run through, but Cliff's here and I'm all shy. I didn't want to sing around Cliff.
Oh, okay. I see.
I can understand that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, Chris might know this song. Chris calls out to Cliff on the street. Hey man, can you help me? It's getting late and I've got nothing to eat. Do you think you can spot me? Cliff time saying, I'll be right back. The story's just a quick jog. When he gets back, he's got nothing at all. Where the fuck is my hot dog? Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you without a hot dog. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you. You and me on the Ramblecast.
Well done.
Be your best one yet.
Your best one.
Bravo.
And for those that didn't see us live, you missed the hybrid. Eating a big hot dog. That was a huge hot dog.
It was a mammoth hot dog.
It was.
He took that thing down though. For sure.
You didn't have to use both hands on it.
I made you guys watch.
If you're not watching us live, and shame on you,
Then you're probably fucking better off if I'm being real.
Well, that's wow. That's great.
He stepped on your line.
That's your opinion, man.
You're as bad as those people that on our Facebook page go, I don't listen to you.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that.
I'll still give my opinion on the poll.
I actually hopped on.
Kind for
I
people
hopped
to
on
do
to
that.
Facebook. I hopped on to Facebook for a hot second, and I went to the page because it popped up, and I saw some of those comments, and it took every fiber of my being to not just.
I mean,
be an asshole.
I let it go, but it's just why do you have to say that? I mean, I wouldn't go on if you have a podcast or anything like that. I wouldn't do it to you,
Right.
but it's okay. I mean, I don't care. I'm just here for here for the fun.
I'm here for the Patreon funds,
You're
That's how sure. Okay,
I kid.
I kid. So Cliff, what's up?
Nothing much. Just living in
I'm
California.
glad we had you on the show. Nothing much.
Visiting my friend Nick, in Colorado.
Those
and it's cold here.
Those are strong words.
True. Visiting and a friend. Very strong words.
How cold is it in Colorado right now?
30. Well, it's 28 right now.
Mhm.
It was
Okay.
35
That's not
today.
cold.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He got here and I stuck a humidifier in his room and he was like,
I thought you were gonna say,
like, I'll be fine. And
He'll
then
be
there for
fine,
that.
and then
he's
like
blowing his nose. He's getting the blood. I'm like, yep.
blood everything.
Oh boy.
All over.
It's a
everywhere.
dry heat.
It's a dry.
It got cold here for a couple of days, and then it was 63 today. So
Right on. Well, other than that, California's the same. It's it's good.
shithole.
It's okay. Sure.
You could say
Sure.
shithole.
No, I'm doing all right.
Well, that's good. That's good.
But
Still
standard working. Working on all the projects. Nonfiction. That's it.
what
Just
projects?
keep going. Oh gosh. We have some cool stuff. I can't even say. I don't even know what we have going on. I think what's our latest show? I don't even know. I just go there. I make great stuff, and everybody loves it. So
I make great stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I make great
yeah.
The best.
What? So
I made
we got-
a knife scraper.
Ah.
Oh, that's
He's
nice.
got a 3D printer now.
Oh, that's cool. What have you been?
Not bad.
What have you been 3D printing? Besides
An ice scraper.
Yeah,
your murder
yeah.
weapon.
That ice scraper looks like it would work in Florida, but maybe not New England.
Yeah, it's too small. I was just fucking around. Nothing of great significance as of yet. I just messing around with it, trying to get the handle of 3D printing, and then perhaps maybe I in the future will make something. Learn how to design and actually start making my own stuff. But I'm just stealing ideas off the internet and printing them out. That's all.
That's okay.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's all that matters.
It's kind of cool. I mean, sometimes I get put into a trance depending on how many milligrams of gummies I've been eating, and I can sit there and just watch that shit print for like an hour. Be like,
It's a shiv. I like it.
For a Smurf.
But
Those kids are growing up and getting out of line. It's like,
Oh my
we'll see what
God.
happens.
no, but yeah, nothing of great significance other than just random doohickeys and shit. But it's a lot of fun.
Nice, cool.
That's about it.
How was
I bought a car
everyone's
today.
Did
You
you?
got a
Oh, yeah?
you got a Tesla.
Oh,
Yeah.
congrats.
What
Thank
made
you. Yeah.
What did you go out and get a Tesla?
Thanks, patrons, for making that.
Yeah, that's the big
Yeah,
patrons money.
you guys fucking made that happen.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how you were able to go out and get a Tesla, and I can't even get like a oil change for my car. With the money.
Well, I've wanted a Tesla for the longest time. Yeah, I've wanted one for probably the better part of the last like 5-6 years. And it was just never the right time. And when I bought my last car, I bought a plug-in hybrid, which was Mitsubishi. Great car, but it gives me like about 20 to 25 miles on a charge before it kicks over to the gas engine. And that was kind of like I wanted to test that out just to see how that worked. I got a home charger, the whole nine, and it worked out well. And I've always wanted to get a Tesla. And then one of my coworkers was buying his second Tesla for his, like he has one, he's getting one for his wife. He's like, they got some really great deals going on. And he showed me what he was doing. I was like, oh geez, that is a really good deal. So in Massachusetts, it's great because there's like a $3,500 state rebate that's instant. They take it right off the sticker.
No.
And then there's the federal refund or federal tax credit rather of $7,500 on top of that. And they had marked down this model $2,000.
So it's like free.
Well, not free, but like
You're
on the
paying to
gates.
save money.
Out of the gates, it was about $5,500, almost $6,000 off sticker, which that was great, right? Yeah, it says there's about 100 Teslas sitting across the mall parking lot near me, says Will Fry. Yeah, so they're at end of year and the end of quarter as well, and they've got a new Model 3 coming out very soon. So they're trying to get rid of them all. So they're marking them down.
Is Will talking about charging stations? Because I know a lot of malls have charging stations, and people just go there and park their cars.
No, he's probably talking about actual cars.
Well,
because they're trying to move all the Model 3 inventory and whatnot. So I looked it up. I was like, oh, let me just have a look. And I was like, oh, it's $2,000 off. There's a $3,500 rebate.
And I was
New cars.
And I was like, and I could trade my car in because I got I had like $1,000 equity on my car. And I was like, I can do this. And dude, let me just tell you, it took me longer to think about buying the car than it did to buy it.
Yeah.
It was such a fucking easy process. It's dangerous. And I did it all on my fucking phone without actually talking to anybody.
Wow.
Like everything.
I
went
Twitter?
to the dealership today.
Were you on X with Elon? Just said, okay, this is what I want.
No, fuck Elon. I don't give a shit about him. His cars are sick, but he's a douche. But like the idea of like from soup to nuts, the whole thing took place on an app in my phone. Like from ordering it, placing the down payment not ordering, but order a fee, submitting all your registration, insurance, trade-in, all that shit. Like everything took place in the app.
Did they deliver it, or you have to go pick it up?
I went and picked it up today, and I was there for 20 minutes, just signing paperwork, and I was done.
Wow.
That was it. It was so ridiculously easy. It's scary. But yeah, so I'm a proud owner of a new Model 3. And it's
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm
It's
jealous.
It's like a metallic gray. So I've because you have the option of naming your car in the app, and I named it Gandalf. His name is Gandalf.
oh nice.
I've never
Gandalf
named a
the
car.
Grey.
I've never named one.
Well, you actually do it in the app, so it's like
Oh, so you have to.
You don't have to. You can just have it be Tesla. That's just
I did hear that Elon did personally come down to see Chris and tell him to go fuck himself.
Dude, did you see that press conference he did?
Obviously,
he actually said GFY, and I was like,
yeah,
that's my fucking line. What are you doing?
Sure, he says Tesla guarantees 100,000 to 150,000 miles, whichever comes first.
What was the
8
question?
years.
I missed the question.
How many charges do you get, basically?
Oh yeah, so it's there. It is. Yeah, it's warranted
pretty
up to
good.
100,000 miles.
My little wire cordless vacuum doesn't even get that. It's already dying.
But man, it's so fun to drive. I mean, it's an absolute pleasure to drive. So, if you have any questions, want to learn more about it, let me know. I'll tell you what I do.
Well, like how are you adapting? Because you just had just today, but like I know a friend of mine that lives 30 minutes down the road. He has one, and it took me forever, and him as well. The torque, just
like the regenerative braking and whatnot. Yeah,
So
it does
really
take a little
throws you.
minute. But I also was driving that plug-in hybrid had regenerative braking as well, so I kind of learned how to like move with it and take advantage of it. So it is.
Does it have the capability of driving hands-free?
It does. Yeah. So I actually have like a 3-month trial. I got a free 3-month trial of the full self-driving software because I was an existing customer with the solar panels. I'm still in the calibration mode, so it takes like a certain distance of time, and the camera is picking up the road signal, so it actually has to calibrate over like I think between 50 and 100 miles. Where actually it'll survey the roads just to make sure that the cameras are all calibrated before you can actually even use it. So I haven't driven it enough for it to be fully calibrated. But yeah, and I got like 6 months of supercharging for free too, which I thought was pretty cool.
What's supercharging? It charges it
So
faster.
I'm sorry, this is turning into a Tesla fucking show. I apologize.
It used
but
to
like,
be 2 years, yeah.
yeah, they don't do that shit anymore. So like with Tesla, you probably see them on the side of the road. They have the Tesla superchargers, the red and white like stations where people like line up their Teslas and charge them. Now, normally you pay for that. Like you have a form of payment associated with your car, and you plug it in, it just automatically charges you X amount of dollars or whatever for however many kilowatts you use. But what part of the promotion was if you take delivery before the end of the year, you get 6 months of free supercharging, which is essentially free energy, really.
Oh, nice. And how far can you go on a charge?
In the right conditions. And what that means is if it was like, 65, 70 degrees out, which it's not, 275 or 275 miles to the model that I got.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go for like the dual motor or the long distance one, but it's literally like $6,000 or $7,000 more. I was like, nah, it's not really worth it to me.
Now you're going to have to pay state tax for every mile you go. Does Massachusetts charge that?
No,
because you don't have any gas tax. So is there a miles tax?
No.
I don't think California does that.
No, they're pushing people to buy. I mean, that's why they're giving $3,500 per person.
Well, California is too, but then they still want their money.
That's fucked up. No, yeah, there's no
California definitely wants their money. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure California does that.
Nick was driving me around here, and I'm like, $2.50 a gallon? Like, that's unheard of.
But like, just to wrap up the whole idea of the whole Tesla story here is that at the end of the day, my car payment went up by $20. And after I get the tax credit and I apply that, I'll refinance the car. My payment's going to be like $80 to $100 a month less than it was with my other car.
Oh, good deal! Congratulations!
So it was like the right time, the right deal, the right price, and it literally took 15 minutes to buy, which is fucked up. But there you go.
Are you planning on getting one of those like ironic personalized license plates for your Tesla?
No.
Suck it, gasmonger, or
no, I've got an EV plate already.
Should be Gandalf.
It should be, yeah.
It should be Gandalf. Yeah, it should be just Gandalf. I wonder if it's probably taken. But
Matt K asks, "Are you worried about starting in the cold?" That was a thing.
Oh yeah. So this model that I have has like a cold weather feature, which is like I just tap a button and it'll defrost the car, which is kind of cool. So it heats up the battery, heats up the door panel and the locking mechanisms in the doors, so you're not like fighting.
I know when I was driving an electric Zamboni, never had a problem with the cold. starting it. So
True.
No,
That's
the technology has come a long way. I mean, the batteries definitely do not perform as well as they do when they're warm. But the question is like, what about the parts of the car that get frozen? So there's like they call it preconditioning. So I actually have it set so weekdays it'll be ready for me to drive by the time I need to leave the house. So it warms itself up. It warms the battery. It literally warms the door handles and all that type of stuff.
Does it talk to you?
Nice off.
Is it like Knight Rider yet? Like
No, I wonder if I could do that.
Yeah,
I can. There is a whoopee cushion feature, which is actually really fun.
I've seen that.
I didn't tell my wife about it. But my son,
I didn't know it had a whoopee cushion feature.
my son, like nearly lost his shit. He thought it was the funniest fucking thing. So you can say place it wherever you want virtually, right? And then if I press the button on the steering wheel, it just rips farts. And my son like lost his shit on the way home from school today. He couldn't
Because
stop.
there's nothing
laughing.
funnier than a fart.
No, fart's the best, and they call it the emissions test. I think that's what it's called. The car, but yeah. So far, I mean, hey, I've only had the car for a day, right? So, and it's been a pleasure to have. And if anybody has any questions or needs a referral, because I can
think
get you some free shit.
Everyday Inventor has a good question.
You sick fuck.
That's why every guy gets it with the hands-free mode.
Yes, it does. I'm just kidding.
I just didn't know like if the seat, had a seat warming, seat cooling.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
got a
next
seat warmer.
is-
It's got a steering wheel warmer, which is nice.
It's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
bidet.
We our vehicle that we got.
I heard you, Nick.
The steering wheel warming.
I got
feature
2
is
bidets
such
in
a
this
nice-
house.
Do you have one in the car?
No,
No.
it's not
Well,
better.
Not,
You're
not yet.
You're behind the times. Yeah.
That's really what
Yeah.
I've always wanted. I said there should be a function where it opens up and you can shit.
Like a shitter in the car.
No, it just goes down to
Into
the
the road.
like a Flintstones.
It's like when I was in
model, like,
Switzerland,
where it
Like
just opens.
Flintstone shits.
Well, no, when I was in Switzerland, I go on. I said I got to go to the bathroom in the train. I open it up to pee, and I can see the track.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm
That's
just
kinda
peeing.
cool.
I go, well, I don't know if this is supposed to be this way, but I'm peeing
So
on the
is it-
track.
Was it the toilet emptied to the track?
I don't know if there was something that someone didn't put something back on the toilet, but I had to pee, and I'm like going, all right, I'm just gonna pee on the
That
track. I
seems
guess.
bad.
It does seem bad because Switzerland's a pretty clean country, and
Yeah.
I had to pee.
Somebody took the thing out. Probably.
Yeah, and forgot to
Just
put it
bring it
back
back.
in, but I'm like
The
going,
railways are just full of shit. Mm.
Yeah, but Jack did it anyway. He didn't bother looking for another one or saying, "Hey, there's a hole here." He just went, "All right."
hey, when in Rome,
When in Switzerland.
when in Rome.
Go
It
on.
gives
We
me
all
new
use
meaning.
the same cleaner to wipe our ass in Rome. You know?
Gives
At
new
least that's
meaning
how
to
the
the
Romans
word.
used to do it.
There's a pile up, So
Ooh.
on the track.
Oof.
We kept
Anyway,
getting lost,
enough with
and
my
I
shitty
had
jokes.
to pee, and it's like I don't know when we're gonna find a place. So, was it my fault?
I thought there was.
Was
I thought there was an SNL fake commercial that there was like
the love
part that
toilet.
came with it. Yeah.
the love toilet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the love toilet was funny.
Mm.
I don't want to be bothered when I'm pooping. Right. I got my phone. I don't need someone talking to me. Yap 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 yap.
No, leave me alone. my son's notorious for that too. He'll come down and be like, "Dad, you done yet?" No, dude. I mean, yes, but no. Like I'm in here because I'm hiding from you all. Like you leave me the fuck alone with my phone.
Remind me,
Nick
Chris.
will come in. Nick will come down there and he'll be like, "Cliff, you done yet?" I'm like, "No."
Hurry up. Are you pooping? Been in there a while. Just saying.
Pooping
I
out
did
hot
that about
dogs.
30 minutes ago.
There's magazines beside the. Anyway,
I'm editing.
Chris, is your son potty trained yet? Is he
Yeah.
at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
He wears a
remember
pull up at night just because he pisses
Okay.
himself still, but no, he's fully
I
potty
remember
trained
my-
during the day.
Well, you still-
my son at that age, he had to get completely naked, like in
Yeah.
order if he had to. It was
Oh
like-
yeah,
I did.
Yeah,
that.
it was
Some
just
name
like,
Costanza?
A lot of
too
people
much.
do that.
yes, it's
Yeah.
George.
like let's just get this stuff out of the way so that I can. Get
I
my
gotta be
fair-
free, man. I gotta be free.
I gotta be free.
There was some comedian, Jay was driving me somewhere and to the doctor, and he was on that satellite comedy station. Some guy was talking about how his son was 4, still pooping his pants. So he had he had to go out and he has to be the one to show his son how to poop. And, it's like, I used to like just go poop and just, without, making a big deal about it. He goes, okay, now I got to poop. So the kid has to come watch me poop. And then the whole thing, it was actually pretty funny. I wish I could remember the comedian's name. He was from Australia. It was hilarious the way he was talking about it, because it was believable that his son couldn't figure out how to poop, so he had to show him how to poop and how to wipe.
Well, it was a problem for Jackson for a while there. Like he got to a point where like he was coming home with like blisters on his ass because of wearing diapers, right? It was bad. Like it was like bleeding, like it was awful. So he finally figured it out, right? So which is great, right? So during the day he's totally fine, self-sufficient. But then, but at nighttime he wears a pull-up because he hasn't figured out.
Boys usually take the longest.
Yeah.
I wish
he actually fucking pissed in my car today.
Oh,
He pissed in
brand
your
new
car?
car. Yeah.
Brand new one.
So it wasn't like it didn't hit the tires. It didn't hit the tires. It didn't hit the seats. It was actually just in his car seat. But like he almost made it to the house, but didn't quite make it. And I was like, "You son of a bitch! Like your first time in this fucking car.
I just bought this car."
Yeah, that's why you should have spent the $6,000 more. You would have gotten the bidet and the ass.
Oh yeah, there you go. Full circle, right there.
Yeah.
Little hose that comes up there. A little,
yeah,
like the astronauts.
Mm-hmm. I'm a wet back now.
That's from all the right stuff.
Right stuff. Yeah.
The right stuff.
okay, gotcha.
Because I saw the look on people's
man,
face.
we really
and I'm
blur
like,
the lines in this show sometimes.
I knew Jack would get it. Of all,
I
people,
got it. It was because he used to do Jose Jimenez, and
right.
it was not Scott Carpenter. First guy in space. What's his name?
Shepard.
Yeah, Alan Shepard.
Shepard.
Played by last name. His last name is Shepard, isn't it? The actor.
I think it is actually. Yeah. So if anyone has never seen The Right Stuff, just to clarify, they made Alan Shepard sit on the launch pad for hours before they would officially launch the rocket into space, and he had to pee. And and in '61 they didn't have anything like that. They didn't have a urinal bag or anything. So he's like, I gotta go.
15-minute flight.
Yeah, 15-minute flight. And so he ended up just having to go on himself. And so that was his response once he was done.
Yeah, it was the '60s, right? But I like the way they filmed it was perfect, because they kept saying, he had so many cups of coffee, and they kept showing people going in and out to the bathroom. I mean, literally, you have to, when you're watching it, I go, I gotta pee. It was well. If you haven't seen The Right Stuff, well, shame on you.
Movie, yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's a long one. It's been probably about 10 years since I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
If I see it, I don't own it, but if I see it on, I will watch it. It's kind of like Band of Brothers or anything else. If I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
I just did another Band of Brothers rewatch, but anyway.
What was I gonna do?
And Cindy didn't watch it. But she was mad at me for not showing her the parts that she likes.
Who?
Stopping to show her the parts she likes. I go.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Band of Brothers.
There's
Band of Brothers. There's certain parts that she really likes.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, well, you didn't stop to show me. I go, well, I did stop to show you when you're awake. I go, but sometimes I watch. She likes that part where Sobel doesn't salute.
You salute the rank, not the man.
And you have Nixon go.
Just look at him. Yeah.
She loves that part. I said, you were sleeping. What am I supposed to do? Wake you up.
Yeah,
Here's that part.
I'm really looking forward to Master of the Air.
Yes.
I think it's going to be great.
And that starts in November.
Yeah, it'll be out in January.
Right.
January.
There's so much stuff.
I caught up.
Is it on
and
Apple?
watched the current season of Loki.
Oh yeah. Did you finish that? What'd you think?
Hold on a second. Is the broadcast? Are they recording?
I don't think so.
Because last time you guys talked about Loki, I left.
Oh, well, that's a really big callback there. So I guess if somebody's binge listening to us, they got that joke.
We really didn't notice. I don't think anyone did. But...
Yeah, I know.
Chris told me to fuck off.
I probably did. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I
John.
think he said go fuck yourself, but
Yeah,
Yeah, he probably did.
Clearly,
You know what?
Jack doesn't care about
And then
Loki.
apparently Jack doesn't
piss
give
in
a
his
shit
chest, though.
about
What do you think of
Loki.
that?
Yeah.
It's already been
That's
done
what
by a different Jack.
So, patrons, if you love Loki and you wanted to hear Chris's reaction, then I'm sorry, you can't have it anymore.
No,
It's
you can talk about Loki all you want. Loki.
Yeah, it was good, man. Like, it was good. It wasn't like it wasn't as good as the first season. I felt like to put it this way, I finished it last week and I've already forgotten a lot of it. It's kind of like a good way to represent like what I thought about the show. It was, it was interesting. It was a really difficult concept to try and put on a screen. I think they did the best they could, to be honest with you. It's clearly the best, Marvel property that they've got post, in the post whatever phase
Infinity War,
whatever the fuck it is. Okay. It's definitely the best produced and best shot and best acted of all those, I feel. I loved having Jonathan Keyquan or what's his name? Is it Jonathan Keyquan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his character was just a lot of fun. I actually sent Nick a video recently. They put some Easter eggs in there throughout the season.
Oh, is that
him.
just me? I thought it was for everybody. Okay, yeah.
No, I wasn't sure who had seen it or not, so I didn't want to spoil. But there's a couple of throwbacks to some of his older characters from the 80s. So he's actually wearing at one point the same belt that he wore as a kid in the Goonies. The opening scene where he shoots the little suction cup out. And then you can also see his New York Yankees hat from Short Round, like hanging on a hook in the background of his office.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dodgers cap. Right, my fault. Keyquan. I think
even more
80s, he went by Jonathan.
Was a New York Dodgers, Jack, not a LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
You mean Brooklyn Dodgers?
Brooklyn Dodgers. Sorry, Brooklyn Dodgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it could be a Yankees hat, but yeah.
Either way, I thought the story was interesting. Just really obtuse and hard to kind of like keep wrangled. But
I think one of the things that the first season benefited from was there's a certain weird chemistry between the two Lokis.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was kind of missing from season 2. The chemistry between the male and the female Loki.
Yeah.
But what did ring true though was the chemistry between Owen Wilson character Mobius and Loki.
Owen Wilson's in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Jack, you haven't seen any of Loki at all?
No.
Oh, you should. It's a good show. I think you actually would like it.
It has some time elements that I think those are the things that are harder to wrap.
What's it on?
Wrap
Is
your
it on
mind around.
HBO?
Disney Plus.
Disney, okay.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched The Mandalorian yet.
I checked out
None of it?
No, the final season. I mean,
yeah. Because like you definitely watch 1 and 2. 1 and 2 seasons are great, but 3 is just.
I like the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I checked out the new show on Apple Plus. The what is it called now? It's the Godzilla based.
That's good. Monarch.
Yeah.
And that's got some unique kind of time twist bending kind of. I like the actors that they have.
What network is that on?
That's on Apple.
Apple. Okay.
I think the first episode it's hard to get hooked on it, and if you don't like reading subtitles, then it can lose you if you're not paying attention to what's happening with certain characters.
Can you have it where it's dubbed?
No.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind reading subtitles because Narcos is all subtitles. I mean, mostly subtitles.
I mean, the thing is, it's not like it's all in a foreign language. Like there's
there's just I'd say a good part of those. Look,
I think you led off Matt the wrong way. You should have started with Kurt Russell's in it, and then Jack would have been.
Wow.
Yeah, I do like that twist. I kind of suspected which character he was going to be, but I do like that.
Can't go wrong with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
He's also another show. It's just
sorry,
just a 4-part, and that's it. Oh, Go ahead. Or
I
no.
was going to say we probably like Kurt Russell and unlike me who's currently frozen on the screen, we probably shouldn't go overboard. And we should go for a commercial break. And now it's time for a commercial break.
That joke was golden.
Yawn.
I know. I forgot. I actually had a canned joke too, Chris, in there as well of like doing Phil Collins songs. I was like, I used to be really addicted, but look at me now. I'm okay.
Overboard, the original was an excellent movie. The remake, I never watched it, but I heard it.
I didn't. Why? If I really love an original movie like that, I'm never going to watch a remake. I don't care what it is. And Overboard.
I can't remember who was
so
in the
damn
remake.
good.
But it was like, I go, why are we remaking Overboard?
Yeah.
I mean, you're just not going to be able to. I mean, it was a cute little movie and funny.
Right, and the chemistry of those two actors, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they end up getting married in real life.
No, they didn't get married.
Oh, they didn't get married. That's
No,
right.
they just
But they
loved
have
it.
a
They're living in
kids.
sin.
There's a
Oh,
couple.
sure.
There's two other shows I've been watching. The other one that you guys should check out. It's not done yet. It's called "A Murder at the End of the World." That's pretty good. Clive Owen's in it.
What's that on?
You got to say nowadays what it's on. Because
Right,
it's so-
seriously, because
I think it's on
There's so many.
Netflix.
something I grew up with a kid. It's
No, it's
ABC,
on-
NBC, or
it's on
CBS.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. But it's pretty good because like basically the premise is this girl grew up with her father who was a coroner or a investigative person with murders, and she wrote a book based on that. And then she gets invited to this retreat with like all these famous people, and then a murder happens, and it's so far it's pretty intriguing.
Oh, I wanted to watch that.
Yeah. And then I watched another one, Jack, that you would like, and it's only a 4-part. Mark Rufio's in it. Ruffalo.
Oh, I saw on my list.
Ruffalo.
Okay, Ruffalo.
Mark
Yeah,
Ruffalo.
like it's
Mark
that's pretty
Ruffalo
good.
Rufio.
Ruffalo.
Rufio.
I did watch. I have that on to talk about. All the lights we cannot see.
All the light we can. Yeah, that's pretty cute.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a Nazi lover, they really make the Nazis look bad. But I mean,
I want the one movie where the Nazis are they're kind and sweet.
But I mean, this movie really.
It's
I
just
mean,
misunderstood.
I mean, let's face it. The Nazis. There's no way you can sugarcoat it. They were bad, but they really make them look bad in this movie. I mean, but it's. I mean, there's miniseries. It's fantastic. It has a little bit of sci-fi in it. I think not sci-fi, but it's got some twists and turns in it. The guy from House is in it. What's his name?
He's the best in it, I think.
Yeah.
The best.
But the girl that there's a girl who's blind that's in it, and
she's really blind.
She's legally blind.
Oh, spoilers! I like to read that stuff.
But I said, okay, I want to see a World War II movie.
Yeah.
I go,
Nothing puts you in the spirit of Christmas like World War
It does. It does.
Like a dub too, like
Yeah.
get rid of the
Not
trenches.
so Merry Christmas. Anyway, it was. I highly recommend it. Would you highly recommend it, Nick?
I would. Like I told Cliff I would refer it if it was 2 episodes instead of 4 because there's a couple of things at the end.
Oh, you wanted
were a bit
more.
rushed. I wanted a little bit more, just as in I felt there just needed a little bit more development at the end, but it was still very good.
And if you're a Lost fan, you're going to like it because they have a lot of backstories, and I don't think it works without the backstories. I think that seriously, I think it was the best part of the series was the fact they kept going back and showing what the young man was and the girl and everything else, and it was and the German guy who's just such a dick, the head Nazi guy. I mean, he's just
Actually, all of them were. I mean, the little kid, that's the code radio operator guy, early on, and then the other guy that helps him's a dick, and then the main Nazi's a dick. They're all dicks.
Yeah, I mean, if you hate the Nazis, which I think most of us do, you're gonna love this show because they don't come. It's like you don't feel sorry for any of them.
Good.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll watch it.
Matt. I'm like, oh yeah, man.
But yeah, I stumbled upon it. I just was like, because I started, and then after that, I got recommended a lot of foreign German films. They were like different, and it's like some were pretty good. I watched one that was like a Rambo type. he was a German soldier, but he was like Rambo,
Huh.
and he just was
Sisu?
like,
Is that the one?
The movies, yeah, Sisu, yeah.
Oh,
I
see,
is
saw
that
that.
one where he gets hung?
Oh
beginning?
yeah,
was-
he
I
does,
was
and
talking
the
about
way he
that.
lives is he got a little rod in his back.
No. He's saved by a woman whose family was killed by her dad was killed by the Nazis or something like that.
Not that one.
But he's like Rambo. I mean, he's just
Oh,
fighting
no,
all
that's
this
so
different
elusive.
stuff. I go,
Hmm.
okay, so this is the German Rambo.
Well,
But it was
yeah,
it was dubbed in
the one that Cliff and I were referring to was it's kind of like John Wick, but it's he's Finnish, and he's retired. I mean, not retired, but the war's over for him. Like he did his tour, he's done, and he discovers gold, this big chunk of gold, and he's trying to take it to like the bank so he can sell it. And of course, the Nazis are fleeing Finland, and of course the first patrol lets him be, and he moves on. But then the next one like finds him, they rob him blind, and then after that, it's just straight John Wick of like, I'm fucking killing you, like like
Awesome.
I did see a movie where it was not Finland. It showed where it was it was first defeat that Hitler had or something like that with
It's a very Nazi centric.
I was
Well, you know,
So
talking
now the
about-
title,
well,
instead of
it's
having
once you watch
Jack
something,
hates women, we're gonna say Jack loves Nazis. Yeah.
well, that would be wrong. But once I watched that show, I mean, it was and the guy's wife. He was what country was he from? Norway? Is it Norway?
Oh, you're talking about Narvik.
Narvik, yes. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I said after I watched this all the lights we cannot see it. It was like German. So I watched it. I mean, what do you want me to do? I did watch Hostile Territory. It's about a guy who's they thought he was dead in the Civil War. He comes back and his kids are put on an orphan train. And he has to go find. It was so bad, and the acting was so bad. I said, okay, I can't do it anymore. You expect the kids to be bad actors, but when the adults, I mean, I don't know if it was just the way it was written.
It was like the manifest of the Civil War.
That's what I was
Manifest.
gonna say. Chris and I
That's
have a
what I was
show
thinking.
for
I go,
you.
this is Manifest, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but yeah, it's a hard pass for me.
So
pass.
I know Nick and I both finished. Actually, I don't know if Nick has finished it yet. But Invasion on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
That turned into a hot pile of steaming fucking horseshit towards the end of it. But the ride there was kind of interesting. But I thought the ending was just fucking awful.
You had already were watching the second season while I was watching the first season, and I said to you, I was like, man, like it doesn't get interesting until like the 7th or 8th episode of the first season, because it ends. The first season ends pretty great. But like you realize, like, oh, I see what the first season's doing is that like the invasion is happening, and the characters are they're not experiencing the invasion. So they really know what's going on. They just know some weird shit's happening. But then by the time you get to the last few episodes, they actually finally become privy to what's going on. And you're like, oh, now it's getting good. And then the second season kind of continues that. But then all of a sudden, the last couple
It should have stopped at one season. Is that what you're saying?
No. I mean, I kind of like the overall arc of the story. And Chris and I have said this. It's kind of like Manifest is what keeps you interested is it's the intrigue. You want to know what the mystery and how this shit's happening.
What it's all about.
But you're not. You don't care one bit about the stories, like the individual characters. And
in Manifest, did they ever really explain the mystery?
Yeah.
To your satisfaction?
No.
That's what the problem with those shows are. They can't live up to their. Yeah. It's that show I was watching where it was up. I can't remember what it was.
Well, it just with Invasion, it was like they took a spin on like what these alien invasion movies and or series where like there's no hope, right? So like you're trying to find an attachment to the desperation of these characters because they're literally fucked. Like there's no hope for these people, and like you get like a really like tactile like end of days, like how are these people going to manage to get through this and how are they going to figure out how to survive in season 1, and then it turns into this ethereal bullshit like mind fuck in the second season that had
no relevance whatsoever to what you had spent the first season watching. And they tried to go this really weird route of like, I don't even know how to explain it. And it pissed me off. Like there's one point when I'm watching it.
I'm mad.
There
weren't even any Nazis in it.
What the fuck is this? And Nick, that was that moment when she reaches down and grabs the golden roots, like she's about to do a fucking CrossFit exercise with these glowing roots because she can talk to the universe, to the goddamn trees. I'm like, this is just stupid. Like, go back to the carnage and the desperation of the world ending, not this.
Because I know what's that guy who created Yellowstone, Tyler or something. He did 1883, and he's on all these different shows.
Throw in. Okay.
But after Yellowstone, every show he does is just one season.
Yeah.
So it's almost like most shows should just be one season.
I prefer the one seasons now. Like on Invasion, I've only seen season 1. So Chris, do you think I should watch season 2?
No,
or should I just let it be?
No, let it
All right.
be like, hey, they're fucked.
All right.
But like, I mean, it's such a hard like. And for me, like I've said this before, like Apple TV Plus has fucking knocked all their shows out of the park. And this is the first show for me that I've watched on Apple TV Plus that I'm like, that sucked. Like I was like pissed about it.
Well, I was saying to Cliff because he was asking me the same thing because he told me like I've only seen season 1. I was like, to me, season 2 didn't start out bad. I was like, but it seemed like they had an idea where they wanted to end season 2, and they kind of just meandered around for the first few episodes, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh fuck, we've got to do something," and then they just like, "Fuck, there you go," and that's like so. Like Chris had the thing with the vines. Mine was this one character who she's really spoiler but
oh Nick, I was gonna watch season 2.
Go
ahead,
this character, like the whole point of the character is like. She's just trying to protect and survive, and it's fine. But all of a sudden, she comes in with this other group of people, and you think, "Oh, this is going to be good for them." And then all of a sudden, the next episode, she's like this full-out military, giving people orders, like, "You do this, you do that." And it's like, where the fuck did this come from? Like,
she watched a video. Come on,
yeah.
She went on YouTube and said, "How do I become a leader?"
Yeah, it was just exactly. It just seemed like the characters within like minutes became like what they should have been in season 3 or 4, and I was like, well, it happened too quickly.
There's a lot of shows. I mean, you could go to I think we talked about before Westworld should have been one season.
Oh my god!
And I've only seen season 1 of that one too.
You're good. Yeah.
With the show with the show with he's from Band of Brothers. He's a prisoner of war. He finally gets released. He comes home, and is he a terrorist? Is he not a terrorist?
Oh yeah.
Homeland.
Yeah, that's.
And I never watched that show, by the way.
You never watched Homeland?
Dude,
no, but I heard you and Jay talk about it. So
the first season is excellent.
When he's in the shitter and he has the vest on, like, holy fuck, that was like the most tense. Like,
that final where will he or won't he?
Oh yeah, because you know he's gonna 100% go through with it until he gets the phone call, and then even then you're not sure. And supposedly they originally wrote it.
Yeah,
for him to do it, and then they changed their mind
because they wanted a second season.
Second season. And the thing is, I mean, I have never liked Claire Danes as an actress. She's the ugliest crier in the world.
She is an ugly crier, no question.
But like
she
that
cries
show
like John Mayer plays the guitar with his face.
Right.
Like,
how do I get another Emmy?
Except John Mayer can fucking shred on the guitar.
His mouth becomes 3 times its size. It's like yeah, Friends should have just ended with the first season. That's it.
After the 4th.
Really?
It should have ended with Ross and Emily at the altar, and then Rachel comes in, and then he goes, "No, I want Rachel," and that's it. That should have been.
Should have been in with Ross and the copy girl.
That would have been cool.
Yeah,
copy girl was hot. Just saying.
Yeah, there you go. That's all I'm saying.
Never seen.
I think.
Never seen Friends?
No,
just watch one season.
I never watch it through.
Yeah, well, you don't have. You're not.
Well, Sherry says, "Yeah, I did. I watched it up till See, there's 5 seasons, right, Sherry? I watched up till season 4, and I go,
Yes.
okay, I can't do it anymore.
Endings.
Wait,
You know what?
Yeah, I mean that Homeland
That's
was
a
not
project of a
bad.
show. Is that on Showtime?
Yes,
Homeland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Showtime. Yeah,
Mhm.
Or how do you stream that now?
it's probably on Netflix.
you
Or...
just
On
Google it first, and
Showtime.
you'll be able to find it.
I'll watch fucking Homeland again.
Homeland was pretty good, and it's like I know I recommended it years ago. It was Counterpart.
Marina
It's only
Bachmann's
2
in it.
seasons with
Bald-headed guy.
Baldhead, yeah, and that's
Oh,
really fucking good.
Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah,
It's on
the guy
Paramount
from
Plus?
the insurance commercials. Farmers, we are farmers.
Yeah.
That
Bum,
guy.
bum, 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 bum. He
Yeah,
just
that
won
guy.
an Oscar. Bum, bum, bum,
Oh
bum,
yeah,
bum.
you know what? That also came out rather around the same time as what was that Navy SEAL series with? Speaking of insurance, the guy who does Allstate.
Mhm.
Oh, okay,
Joe
yeah.
Boo. Remember that show? What was it? Was
Yes.
it called Seals?
I don't know.
That was a fucking great show, but I think that kind of aired right around the same time as Homeland did. What was that
Yeah,
show
maybe.
called?
Hmm.
What's the actor's name? The guy who played Pedro Serrano /
Homeland went 8 seasons.
Yeah,
What?
Holy shit! What?
yeah. I was like, so when you said 5, I was like, I don't think that's quite right.
Wait a minute. Maybe I
Wow.
won't commit to that.
8 seasons, Mike, with the same actors.
Well, yeah, basically, yeah.
Wow.
I
know
would.
it has-
I mean, the thing
I
is,
know it
like,
has
I would watch
Mandy
season
Patinkin.
1,
Because I like
and
Mandy
then
Patinkin.
you could probably skip season 2.
Yeah, season 2 is.
Because to me, they're like arcs, different arcs. Like, 'cause like the last 3 seasons are actually pretty good. I mean, they're just average. Like, but like 'cause season 1 is like a 9 out of 10, and then and then like it kind of dips down, and then they kind of go up to like a 7 at best. But
Fuck, 8 seasons. My God.
Jason, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
J.K. Simmons.
Matt,
yeah.
just say it if you know the answer.
Oh, there's a lot of talking
Dennis
going on, and
Haysbert.
so I just J.K. Simmons, though, he is such a chameleon, right? Like
Yeah, he is.
you know,
The
a lot of
Unit.
people know him from the Spider-Man movie
The
as
Unit.
being Jonah Jameson, but I was watching
Jameson's in Spider-Man.
Yep.
J. Jonah Jameson, you know, like the head of the
I'm
Daily.
just trying to fuck Jack up.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was thinking Jenna Jameson.
That's what I thought you
Oh,
said.
okay. Yeah, J.K. Simmons plays him. You could do it too, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone out there has never seen Counterpart, there's only 2 seasons, and they wrap it up completely in season 2 because they knew they weren't going to get a 3rd season, and so it's a very good 2 seasons show. And I always hated it; it never got any kind of traction at all. But it was
Well, it's
a
like
good
Fringe.
show.
They kind of wrapped up season 4 like that would be the end, but they got a 5th season, which actually was really good. Season 4 sucks. Is because I don't think they knew what
What to do? Yeah,
they're going to get a 5th season or not. But so I remember I was podcasting at the time. I go, "Oh my god, this season sucks." But the 5th season, I thought was outstanding.
Have you guys seen The Unit?
no.
That show?
I have not seen
I knew
The
when you
Unit.
said it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know that show."
You
But I
know.
never watched it.
Dude, it's good.
I mean,
Unit.
Speaking
Every
of
time I
Unit,
go to
hey,
the
hey
bathroom.
Jack,
Oh, that's it. Yes.
what's a girl say to a guy with a big dick?
I don't know.
I figured you didn't
I
know.
think you didn't.
I knew that was coming.
Eventually.
I did see the movie Unbroken. I didn't realize this movie came back out in like 2014. Have you guys ever seen it?
Unbroken.
What movie?
Unbroken. He's a prisoner
Oh.
for a Japanese.
Yes,
Prisoner
that's
of War.
so good.
It's excellent.
That's
It's
so
just a
good.
little. It's a little long.
It's a
But,
little long, but yeah.
But I just thought I
Don't you
knew
hate
nothing.
that? Don't you hate that Japanese guy that just beats the
Oh.
shit out of him?
Just wanted to beat the shit out of him. I was like,
Hmm.
and then to find out that I went and did some research afterwards and found out that, he got pardoned, all this different stuff, his war crimes. And I'm like going, and the guy that the former Olympian that he had tortured, I mean,
Yeah, he
Forgave him.
And,
I-
and the
I
guy
was-
never even didn't care. Yeah,
and then he wanted to meet with him and he said, "No, I don't want to meet you."
yeah.
I mean, the guy, it's just the guy they call the bird. I was like going, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could forgive someone for doing that to me. What he did to him and other prisoners. I give the guy credit. He did forgive, but I don't. I don't think I could forgive him.
Yeah. So Matt and Chris, if you don't know what this is about, it's a true story. Of he was an Olympian that got taken prisoner in the Pacific, and obviously, and then became a POW in a Japanese camp, and he gets tortured by this. Well, not tortured, but like he gets constantly beaten.
Tortured.
By this.
I mean, he was.
Yeah, it is torture, but it's not like what you think of it as torture, even though it is torture. You think at first, like, because like he gets transferred out, and you're like, thank God it's going to end, and then this prison gets shut down, and then he goes to the next guy, and that guy is there, and it's just like a nonstop.
I mean, they have a scene where he gets punched by everybody.
Yeah.
All the other prisoners had to punch him in the face, and it's
the famous scene.
It's true, but it wasn't really for what. Because I watched a video on it. The guy rated the movie. Almost everything in the movie actually happened.
Wow.
Jesus. I mean, it was like, and the worst, we forgot about the part where he's on a plane where they're searching for a lost, another lost crew. Their plane crashes, 3 guys on a raft, and they're on the raft for like 48 days.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And the one guy dies, and they get shot at by Japanese planes. There's sharks, and they're eating birds. And
yeah, it's definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a holiday movie. I mean, it's one of those things you watch and you go, my God. I mean, how do you come back in the real world and function? I mean, I don't, because it was 2 years that he was in this, prisoner of war.
You know what you do? You come back to the States, you move to Reseda, and you start a karate dojo called Cobra Kai.
High scores.
And you fucking terrorize the youth of Reseda, California.
Well, then you understand why he acts that way, though.
Yeah.
No mercy.
No.
You have to feel sorry for him.
Which, by the fucking way, did you hear they're making a Karate Kid movie?
Oh, are they?
No.
With Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan.
Which I still don't agree with, because Jackie Chan is Chinese, and that would be kung fu, not karate.
Oh wait,
wasn't
Jackie
proper
Chan?
He was.
in
He was in
Karate
he was in the Will Smith son's version.
Yeah.
So what I
never saw
don't
that
know
one.
is Cobra Kai the series canon to this movie now, or is it?
I would think so. I would think so. Yeah, I mean, of course, we've only got one more season of Cobra Kai, and that's it.
That's it?
Well, see that's such a great success story. And again, I have no idea how successful it has been, like as far as making money and ratings and all that type of shit goes. But that started off as a joke. YouTube Red.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have a
YouTube
Red, which doesn't fucking exist anymore. It started off as like a fun project for them to do. And I remember watching that first season on YouTube and being like, this is so fucking good. Like they handled like the whole like nostalgia of it all. They wrapped their arms around the controversy of Danielson being a cheater. and actually having it be like from the perspective of the guy who got cheated, and that was Johnny. So
the first 2 seasons are the YouTube Red seasons, and to me the first 2 are the best 2, because as soon as it went to Netflix, I think they kind of started stretching it out and make it more of a teen drama.
But even still, though, like even with that all,
it was hard for me to go back, like the Netflix. Sorry, that's just
really.
We gotta go back.
Yeah, no, I thought I'm kind of with Nick on it. I'm kind of with Nick on it.
I love the Cobra Kai TV show, because when I first heard, again, I thought like most people, I go, all right, this is just going to be some kind of joke, right?
Yeah, and
John, like you said, Johnny, you hate in the movies, but you love him on the TV show.
Yeah, and that kid from just won a fucking crazy award for his portrayal of the killer on that. What was that Apple TV Plus show that came out recently?
Blackbird.
Yeah, right.
Which kid?
No, he's not the kid. He's Stingray.
Hawk.
Stingray. Stingray.
Stingray, the big guy.
The big guy who comes back to join the high school kids in the dojo.
He's the former security guard, right, or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's not. Yeah. And then he's the one that, like, when they all start fighting in the high school in like season 3 or 4, he's just there, and the guy's like, "We need security." He's like, "Don't worry, I got this." And he just starts beating the shit out of all these high school kids, and then he's also the one, that when they do out in the woods, and they're all like trying to fight for the first time, and like he's the one that wins the competition because he's hiding in the leaves all the time, and he jumps up, and he's like, "Ah!"
I like Hawk because every time Hawk appears, they make that.
You hear the birds? They did such a good job with that show. I even liked the Netflix seasons. I mean, I just enjoyed them because it's that's a good story.
If you enjoy the show, I mean, why not have more seasons? So, and I'm not saying that
and it touched with all the movies. I mean, you have the this crazy guy comes back. The guy that
from part
Japan.
2.
He goes back to Japan to see his former girlfriend. His wife's okay with it. Sure, okay,
sure, just don't fuck around.
Yeah. And then that guy, that guy who was the, he's able to. Now they become best friends, and he beats the shit out of a lot of people. How did Daniel-san ever win? I guess he had to cheat.
That was whatever season that was. I don't think it was this last one. I think it was one before. But yeah, the guy from Japan, he actually commits a fucking felony in that show. And they just kind of brush over it. You're like, dude,
that's.
Well, to be fair, different laws in different countries, right?
He's a felon.
Yeah.
And then Silver, the guy from the most recent episode, he's a phenomenal bad guy, phenomenal bad guy. I remember watching.
Isn't he as old as Ralph Macchio? But he looks
he's like a year older than him.
Yeah. But I actually I believe it. You know what I mean? He's just a bad dude. I love it. I don't know. I'm a big fan. And of course, Elizabeth Shue. Oh my god.
I really wish she would have been in it more than her one.
Yeah, agreed.
She probably didn't want to be in it that much.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
she's not doing a whole lot.
No.
Well, she's
in the boys
last
for
thing was
the boys.
The boys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she has money. I mean, you just think. And we still don't know who Tori's mom is, which I think is bullshit after all this time. I think your dad is what's his name? I think your dad
Terry
is
Silver?
No. Cobra Kai, No Mercy.
Oh, the main guy. Okay.
Yeah. I think anyway. Because he seems
I always like the
toward her.
What I even like also is because he's in Rambo.
Yeah.
And I always like how all the theories happen, with what Chris was saying is that Johnny cheated, or the Karate Kid cheated, and really Johnny would have won. It's it should be the same thing where it spins off into where he was Rambo's partner in Vietnam, and that's why he's all fucked up and
yeah. Same universe.
Stallone shows up.
I never got into the Rambo. I've watched the Rambo movies, never got into them, but I love First Blood. First Blood is so good.
Well, First Blood,
it's a different movie.
It's believable. Actually, he becomes a superhero in Rambo.
Well, I think the best spoof of it is the Weird Al Yankovic, the UHF.
Yes,
that Rambo, that's what it became. But it started off as much more of a kind of intellectual psychological thriller, really. Like the first one is. It goes much deeper than just. Here's a guy.
I read recently that First Blood was a completely different movie. Sylvester Stallone's cut of the movie, because he wrote it like he did Rocky, and apparently Rambo had a shit ton of dialogue. But when he saw the actual cut of the film, he went, "This is going to ruin my career," and he's turned it over to someone else, and they purposely edited out the majority of Rambo's lines to give it enigma of the guy in the forest and all, make him a little bit mysterious. And that's what made the movie.
That's awesome.
But it's a great movie.
Yeah. It's the whole strong silent type, right? Like the Clint Eastwood or the Boba Fett, so to speak,
and arguably that made his career.
Yeah.
Rambo?
Well, and Rocky.
Everyone knows
because Rocky won.
He never would have had Rocky if he didn't have Rambo.
No, Rambo
came out way before.
First Blood came out in like 81.
I think Rocky
What?
2 is
Rocky
before.
75.
I thought First Blood was 70s still.
It
No.
might have been like 78 or 79.
But I think Rocky 1 and 2 came out first.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Rocky
you're
1 and
right.
Rocky 2 came out first. Yeah.
Oh, 1982. No
First-
shit.
1982.
I had that all
huh.
wrong.
Yeah, I
Oh,
always thought it was the 70s.
It
I
had
could have
it had what's
sworn
his
that it
name,
was
the
reversed
sex
that.
symbol from Miami Vice, not Miami Vice.
Holy shit! Yeah, it's 6 years
You-
apart.
Chris, I think you and I have been, we've had a Mandela effect here. you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
a little bit. I could have sworn that was before. That First Blood was before Rocky.
I didn't think it was before Rocky, but I thought it was in the 70s. I thought it was like a 79 film because it has a deer hunter kind of feel to
It
it.
does, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But Deer Hunter has that one scene where you get pissed off. Where the Russian roulette.
Mm.
Well, yes, but that's the peak of the film.
I know, but that's the way you do get pissed off when I get pissed off when I watch it every time.
It's a
well,
holiday movie.
don't go back to what it's a holiday. It's a holiday.
It's a
Holiday films that are not holiday
It's
films.
like Die Hard.
Which is-
Die Hard
it
has
is
now
Christmas-
become a
Christmas
holiday.
movie.
Yeah, it really has become.
I mean, so is Lethal Weapon. Like they're all happening during Christmas.
It did.
I think
Batman
we discussed
Returns
this
is
before,
also
but, like,
a Christmas
It's also a
movie.
Christmas movie. You're right, Matt. Yeah. What, Chris?
But what's his name? Danny Glover and Mel Gibson were younger than us when they made
Yeah.
those movies.
Well, Danny Glover was 42, so I've got another month.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
My
Well,
neck
that's
cracks,
what
though, like
even I
Danny Glover.
thought.
Like
I even thought that
my head
today or
is-
yesterday. It was
like,
like
if
next
I were
year-
ever to shoot, I would definitely do the neck pop
The
before
neck-
I shoot. Yeah.
I have diplomatic immunity. I say that all the time, to be honest with you.
I thought that today, though. Like, I was like, next year I'll be the same age Jack was when he first started podcasting.
Holy
Huh.
shit!
Wow. How old was I?
Wow.
Yeah.
43.
43. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out.
Huh.
43, wild and wacky.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I do like that
Wow.
scene where Danny Glover cracks his neck to shoot the
Yeah.
guy with diplomatic immunity. Fuck you and your
Mm.
diplomatic immunity.
It's just been revoked.
Lethal Weapons. I don't think I hate any of them.
Well, they only made 4, right? Yeah.
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 Or
They're
like
making the
one
5th
season
one,
weekend.
supposedly.
Really?
Sure.
Well, they always said for the longest time they were never going to make another one past the 4th one. And I think now they're just kind of like, why not?
So how's Danny Glover going to say I'm getting too old for this shit when he really is too old for this shit?
And then,
You just say, "I'm too old for this shit."
I'm too old for this shit. And then call
I did like in Maverick when they meet each other and they kind of look at each other.
I love Maverick. That's another movie that's
It's a
great.
good
If I
movie.
see it on, I will watch it. Yeah.
Jodie Foster,
movie.
great actress.
Yeah.
I would kill President Reagan for the love of Jodie Foster.
Wow.
So close. So close.
So close.
Well, too late. He's already passed away.
He's just
Yeah,
humming
you
He
know,
along.
should have shot for Kissinger. Oh,
I-
sorry.
I know.
late.
I know. Jack saw it, but did you guys see the message? The little picture I
Yeah,
sent you guys.
I did.
It was fucking amazing.
You can thank Will Fry for that one. Who's in the chat?
That's
That
fucking
was funny.
hysterical.
I liked it. That was
Treese mentions another time to feel old. Macaulay Culkin is 7 years older now than Catherine O'Hara when
In the
when
movie, yeah.
Home Alone came out.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Mm.
they post all these, it's 35th anniversary of this movie, and I go,
Mm.
God damn.
What's like? I remember buying the 25th anniversary of Band on the Run when it came out on CD, and now that album's 50 years old. It's like, fuck,
Jesus Christ.
They're still running.
I was a
man.
kid when that came
it's
out.
still running. Yeah.
I saw something about Home Alone.
Mary?
It was it said the most unrealistic thing about Home Alone is the fact that they would oversleep that long with having that many kids in the house. As a
true.
parent, that is so true because the kid's gonna wake you up.
Mm.
If you have that many kids, one of them's gonna wake
Yeah,
you
well,
up.
yeah, that's right. That's true.
I'm hungry. I need to go to the bathroom.
I need to eat. I was watching
it's
something.
girl.
What's the girl on Back to the Future? What's the actress?
Oh,
Shoe?
No.
No.
The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Leah Thompson?
Leah Thompson.
Leah
She was
Thompson,
talking about
yes.
Eric
Nice.
Stoltz, and she's the difference between him and Matthew Michael J. Fox. And she said, yeah, he always wanted to be, you had to call him Marty. He was just one of those method actors and stuff like that. And after they did the table read, he goes, they're asked, what do you think? And they're all like, oh, this is great. This is going to be good. He goes, I'm thinking that's pretty fucked up for Marty. I mean, he's going to remember the past, but his whole family's not. And they're like going, and she was like, it's maybe not the time to say that. But I never thought about that. I go, yeah, it's true. He remembers the past, and they don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, he immediately goes on another adventure, so he doesn't really have time to process.
I guess
Like
that's
Marty
true.
is completely
And his parents don't
constantly-
remember that, he's the.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Totally would remember it. But yeah.
he would have some fucked up. He should probably see a therapist.
He probably should.
He probably.
Well,
There
are no pictures of him in the 50s, right? So if you think about it, like his parents knew that character for like 4 days.
Right.
True.
He never had his photo taken, so he was there for 4 days and then disappeared. And the only way that his parents would ever be able to make that recollection of that connection is they saw, like on the mantle, they saw a picture of their son, and they happened to be looking at their yearbook and seeing a picture of Marty McFly in 1955. Like there's like a 30-year period where they never see that person again. So like it's completely
I don't know.
believable.
I'm pretty sure. The purple underwear would have triggered something in the
That's
mom.
fair.
Calvin
You know,
Klein.
there are people from my high school that I'm like, I would not recognize.
But if it was
them.
your
Like,
son, you would know.
I mean, but wouldn't it be in the third movie? There's the clock tower picture with him and
Yeah.
Doc
Doc.
Brown.
but that's in the past, in the 80s, in the 1880s, right?
1880s.
So that'd be
Yeah.
weird to see this kid who's like, you look exactly like this kid.
Yeah.
And again,
Nice,
they
grandfather.
named their kid, their third child, Marty. They don't name the first kid Marty. That's such a great name, but we're not going to name our first kid Marty. We're going to name our last kid Marty.
Right, just in case.
They did name a kid Marty.
I still think they're never going to do a sequel.
Pours
and-
a box of peanut brittle on a table.
Yeah,
God forbid if they ever rebooted it. But I
No.
think a
no.
proper sequel is you focus on the Oliver and Vern, the kids of Doc.
Oh
Because
yeah,
you get introduced and you take them far in the future. Like they have time machines,
it has to
and
be.
make a time machine bike. I think that would be like the
A
coolest.
bike.
Yeah.
So it's
So
Pee Wee Herman's Great Adventure.
Like
no,
Yeah.
not like a bicycle, like a motorcycle time
Oh.
machine.
so Evil Knievel.
Hey, how are you going to get a motorcycle
mean-
at 88 miles an hour? I mean, you can't.
I've seen people do
or a
it.
bicycle.
Yeah, a bicycle. That's
8
what I
to
mean.
8 miles an hour.
8 miles an hour.
Not a bicycle,
We've improved
motorcycle.
it.
Though.
You got to pedal faster, kid.
It's a Tesla. It's a Tesla. It's all battery.
You pedal this puppy to 14 miles an hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
The little bicycle license plate, like flaming.
Yeah.
You got the little spokes on it. Like
Yeah.
the
Little
cards on the
playing card. Yeah. There
You
you go.
guys have
That's
seen
a,
that?
that's a good
The
movie.
clip,
I'd watch
at
that
the end of
movie.
the kids, the Jules and Vern. You seen that, right? The one that looks like a Children of the Corn with the blonde hair, like
Yeah.
him pointing at his penis because he has to pee.
Mhm.
It's like that's just so funny.
I think brothers like be like kind of good and evil, kind of
Mm,
fighting to fighting. Maybe something happened to their mother and they've got some other trauma. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be cool if like both kids had like one kid had like
You
the
were
good Doc
supposed-
Brown and the other like
You were
two
supposed to
conflicting
go in the
opinions.
ravine, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could
they-
could fight for like their family.
You were supposed to
like,
die.
Who gets the future?
One of them could
somehow
be-
gets his way into it.
one of them could be trying to destroy it so that it resets. Kind of like a reset the time stream.
Yeah,
kind of
reset
thing,
the timeline.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like you got to have a good dark motivation here, and then a
Yeah.
good motivator.
That
for-
almost sounds
Yeah.
like the show Dark in a way. But
It almost
Oh,
sounds
huh.
like Loki.
Interesting.
did you ever see the show Dark, Matt?
Saw the first season.
I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you talk about a fucking excellent show. Nick, it's on Netflix. It's all in German, but you can dub it or read subtitles. Dark is unbelievably good.
You also have to watch it with sort of this is the first show that did like time stuff before all the other shows did time stuff.
Okay.
Because when I tried to watch it, I was like, oh, another show that's done time stuff. I'm out of it.
Right.
You know? But
No,
Yeah.
I don't know why I never
It
watched.
has also, because I know, Matt, you're this way. Like, it has a lot of mythology in it that's very subtle. But if you know the mythology, you'll easily go, "Oh, I know what that is." You know, but it's good. It's a good show.
Not-
You know, I'm still working on my Star Trek.
That's
binge.
true. That's true.
I'm
Don't mention Star Trek.
Oh, what's your Star Trek thing, man?
I'm going through the entire all of the series.
Oh, cool.
I started last year when I got COVID. I started with Next Generation, and I'm working my way through original series. And Chris got a lot of shit because he didn't watch it. He only watched the Next Gen, and Jack's never gonna forget him about that. Kind of like you and the hot dog.
Of course.
Let's ask
forever.
Cliff. Let's ask Cliff.
But I'm in the middle of
Put it on my
season
season,
2.
I'm totally cool with it.
Have you seen Cliff? Have you seen the original Star Trek episodes?
I've seen a couple of them, and they're intriguing. It's not like all of them. What is this? What is this mouth? No.
Watch out.
But I started-
Angels
I'm
are
not
about ready to be
fucking
thrown.
Again.
Embolism. Last.
Can't be a fan of the show if you haven't seen this.
No, I don't think
he's
so.
he's so pissed right now he froze.
That's
He
Jack's
disconnected
philosophy.
from the internet. That's
not my
how bad
philosophy.
Yeah. So basically,
it was.
you know, Matt's seen every episode, and Jack has seen every episode of the original series.
Mhm.
Chris and
I haven't
were
seen
making-
every episode of the
Oh, okay. I
original.
thought you had. Okay.
No, I've seen maybe 50%. You know, I mean, my dad subjected me to reruns when I was a kid.
But Jack was making the case that it's always on. It's always on. You know, like the original series, and Chris and I were like, we never saw it on growing up. You know, the original series. We saw Next Generation on
Saw
all
the
the
Next
time.
Generation, yeah.
And of course, then he had a conniption that we didn't agree with him.
Still haven't
Go back and check the
connection.
tape.
check the recordings. Like here's
And
where
I
committed the
remain at the statement, saying the fact that like perhaps where you were in 1984, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Right.
and where you lived, maybe they had it on their network. I can tell you confidently that where I grew up in the 80s, it was not something that was syndicated that I could just
grew up
watch
in the
and just
Ozarks
watch
where
episodes.
there was no TV.
Jack's gonna be
He was
like
hanging out with Jason Bateman, man.
Jack's gonna be
I'm
buying
saying.
TV guides like from your area.
No,
just, like,
I
looking
honestly don't care.
through
I'm just saying it's
Okay.
never been off the air. Never.
All right. Well, one of the episodes I just watched recently,
And William
like,
Shatner's now
oh,
92, which is hard to believe that guy. You look
Yeah.
at him, he doesn't look like he's 92.
No.
yeah.
Watching
A
some
lot
of
of-
those old episodes though,
Botox.
Uhura, like she's basically almost raped off screen, and it's so like traumatizing because
She's what off screen?
It's alluded that she's about to be raped.
Oh,
So, because she's being held in a prison cell, and so I was like, what
Even
the
in-
hell?
Even in the 5th movie when she's doing like the whole silhouette dance, I'm like,
Mhm.
isn't that a little bit
Yeah,
creepy?
That's a little weird.
It's a little weird, just a little bit.
Sometimes when the women fall, though, you're like, wow, you can really see their undergarments. Like they didn't hold.
I wouldn't
Those-
wasn't going there, but yeah.
I mean, they have very short skirts in the 60s. Like it's in
Yeah, true.
some ways the 60s shows more risque than the next gen.
I mean, even
That's
like,
including the Sex Planet.
it always bugged me about Dr. McCoy. Couldn't anyone be a doctor? Just have to. He just waved the wand thing, right? And that was.
Well, you got to know where to wave it and like read the little dial things.
You got to know where to wave.
My knee hurts, so let me check your head.
Damn it, Jim! Oh, Chris wouldn't get that joke. I'm sorry.
No, I get the joke, Jack.
No, you're not allowed to get the
You're
joke.
not
That's
a
what I'm
cool
saying.
man.
You are not
get the
allowed
joke.
to get the joke. No.
Damn it, Jack. I'm a podcaster, not a Star Trek watcher.
Anyway.
Damn it, Cliff! I'm a hot dog, not a doctor.
Hey, Chris, did you get my information I sent you about where Mark Hamill's street is?
Oh yeah, I did. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'll
It's-
definitely check it out. I'm heading out next week.
He's going
actually.
to San Diego.
Just a few
Oh, very cool.
miles away.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm flying to LA and then driving down. Yeah, driving to LA.
Just like picking up a car, driving down. Yeah,
because there's very few, if any, affordable direct flights from Boston to San Diego. So flying
Maybe
to LA,
the winter since we'll get a hot dog.
maybe driving to San Diego and then flying from San Diego back to Boston.
I'll get a guy that has your name, and then he'll have like a whole bunch of hot dogs, like as you come to the parade.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
That would be fucking amazing.
And they're like, here's a tray of hot dogs.
Actually, no,
Dr.
Cliff, it should just be one hot dog.
Just one.
Just one.
No,
Just one bite out of it.
It's got to be. It's just the bun because the hot dog was
Just the
already
bun.
eaten.
yeah, of course.
That's fucking
It was
funny.
a 7-Eleven hot
I-
dog, right? If I remember correctly.
Might be.
I don't even remember.
7-Eleven hot dog,
Whatever,
yeah.
whatever was there. Man,
Whatever was there.
that was a hurt
On that fruitful night, fateful night. Ugh.
Too funny.
It was a good time.
Good times.
Anywho.
Good times.
Cliff and I are going to go see the new Godzilla film on Saturday.
Godzilla minus
There's
one.
a new
yeah.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Godzilla. What's it called?
-1. Godzilla -1, and it's
Have
got
any of
like
them done
right now. I
it?
think it's at 99 Rotten Tomatoes. So
It's all in Japanese too, so there's subtitles. But-
I'm just really curious. -1.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Who was against it?
Godzilla -1. It's like he lost.
It just
Oh.
fell out.
Like, did he
That's what she
lose King Kong versus Godzilla? That's why he's Godzilla -1. Like, he's got to come back. Like,
Maybe he's
Anyway.
the
No,
he's
it takes
favored
place-
to win.
It takes place in Japan in like the 1940s and 50s, like during
oh,
the atomic bomb testing and that type of thing.
Okay.
And like,
That's
old
cool. Going
school,
back
yeah,
old school.
like,
nice.
sort of like whereas Origins like
So
came-
they'll have little
like
toy
like
tank-
Batman
tank
Year
stuff like
One,
that. You
essentially.
slapping them away.
yeah.
Nice.
Like
Batman Begins.
Godzilla needs to learn subtraction. I like that. Yeah.
No, you're wrong.
My son got COVID right before Thanksgiving, and so yeah, I spent the entire weekend hanging out with him, and I never got it. So I had to go back to
There's supposed
back
to be a
to
new
work.
variant that's pretty bad, right?
Well, apparently the one that he
The way-
had,
the way
he
that I
just-
just
it took
interpreted-
him about a week.
The way that
but-
I just interpreted what you just said, though, Matt, was my
Oh.
son got it,
wait,
and I hung out with him all weekend, and I still had to go to work. So, as in, like, you were just like rubbing yourself on.
I
Going, I don't want to go to work.
trying to get
Sneeze on me again. Come on, boys. Sneeze on me again.
I didn't stay that close to him, but I was in the same room, and we watched. We were binge watching a lot of the Batman movies. Kind of,
Oh,
it
nice.
started with just watching one Batman movie, and then he got sick, and so it was kind of like, well, we got to get an
Which one
excuse.
did you start with?
You watch
So
the
this was an
original
interesting thing because I didn't know where to start watching Batman movies. Right, there's so many of them. Like, what do you
Michael
start
Keaton.
with?
Well, the original
That-
series, of course.
That was my initial
Batman. Never
thought,
seen
It's
it.
always
But
on.
but I let
Hold
let
on,
him-
time out. That show was always fucking on.
They all were. They all were.
No, Batman,
show?
the original Batman show.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yes, because it was
Mhm.
always fucking on. It was always on. I
That was
watched
also it was
all
on
those.
Nick at Night or Nickelodeon too. Yeah,
But I'm saying there was no Nick at Night when I was a kid. It was like
I'll give it a rest.
I'm just saying that there were independent
So-
stations that would show
What's a
them
rerun?
Nice.
It's never been
So-
on before.
So the question though of where to start with the Batman movies, right? Like I was kind of
During
more
the
along
bomb.
the lines of so this all started, we watched the movie Flash. He liked the movie Flash. He was like, oh, this is cool. And I was like, yeah, this Michael Keaton Batman that's in it is really awesome. So, but he wanted to know the origins, like how, so I was like, well, Batman Begins really is kind of more origin focused. So I kind of let it up to him. I let him decide. I was like, do you want to watch classic 1989 Batman, or do you want to watch the newer one that has more of his origin? And he was like, I want to watch the origin. So this is the order that we did it. We did it Batman Begins, Batman 89.
Nice. Yeah.
Then we did Batman Returns,
Okay.
so that he could see Catwoman. And then wait, how do we do?
No. You watched that so you could see Catwoman, not him.
Who was
I'm trying
Catwoman
to-
in that one?
I'm trying to remember
Michelle
if we did
Pfeiffer.
Batman.
Oh,
We did Batman Begins, Batman. I wanted him to see that one before he. No, I think we did Batman Begins, Batman 89, The Dark Knight Rises. Then we watched Batman Returns. Then we watched the final in the trilogy, the Nolan trilogy. And then I let him watch Batman 66. And then Batman Forever. And then I didn't watch Batman and Robin. I said I was at work that day, and I said, "You can watch this one without me."
That Batman
got-
was that Michael Keaton's first serious role?
No.
No. Because I remember when they said he's playing Batman, I assumed
Right.
it was going to be like the campy,
You know,
West Batman. And then when it was,
What's interesting?
oh, it's serious.
What's interesting looking back is that Michael Keaton, who was more of a comedic actor, I thought, he's in a more serious role, and Jack Nicholson, who's more of a serious actor, is in more of the comedic role in Batman 89.
Yeah, Robin Williams wanted that part, but no one gets the part from Jack.
Well, I mean, the studio did not want Michael Keaton as Batman. And it really was the director, Tim Burton, put his foot down. You know,
because I'll be honest with you, it was like Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about watching Batman 89 again, because I hadn't seen it for I don't know 20 years, I felt like I knew every line, every beat of that movie. I was just like, this was like watching Star Wars to me. I was just like, I could quote it.
But I think it's because there's so many musical cues. Is that me?
No, that's me.
Yeah.
There's so many musical cues in that movie that it resonates with your audio memory.
They did that, right?
You know, because like I cannot hear,
was it Elfman?
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gentlemen, let's broaden our minds, Lawrence.
And where is the Batman?
Yeah, and then
Dude,
it's like
so good.
And remember, you are my number one.
And it's great that he takes that line from
Jack Palance.
Yeah, like it's a crazy like pull from the Jack Palance, like because Jack Palance says it to Jack. It was good.
Have you guys seen the Michelle Pfeiffer where she does the whipping of the heads in one take?
Yeah,
and like it's like offshoot, and it's just type in Michelle Pfeiffer Batman.
It's her practicing. Yeah, and
it's like one take and she knocks all the mannequins' heads off. It's impressive.
I've seen
that big cheer at the end.
I wanted him to see that Catwoman before he saw the Catwoman that's in the Nolan. So I was kind of making sure that he saw this version of Joker before he saw the Nolan version of Joker. He had an interesting take on it. His take was that he liked the classic 89 Joker because you saw how he became the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Nolan version, you just get these crazy stories and you don't really know why he's that way. And so you have no entrance into that character and even enjoying him. Like, unless you're like crazy about the Joker, there's really not. So I just thought it was an interesting take from a 13-year-old boy that's watching Batman movies for the first time. It's like,
he'd never seen any.
There's a lot of wisdom in that. Yeah.
And the same reason that he liked Bane, he actually enjoyed Bane's character because there was a backstory to who he was and the twist that occurs in. And he didn't have to be a fanboy about like hating the voice or anything like that. He liked Batman 66 a lot. He thought it was
actually pretty good. I mean,
he thought it was a lot better than Batman and Robin.
Well,
not a hard one.
And then of course
some ice.
we finished out the series by watching the Batman versus Superman and Justice League. So
what about is he too young for Joker? That movie?
That movie's
I didn't let him watch Joker, but I did. We did watch the newer one, the Batman, which
right. Yeah.
Which has a really great take on the Penguin and Nirvana songs.
Yeah, it's funny because
and Ave Maria, by the way. Oh, and the Riddler too. He liked Jim Carrey's The Riddler.
Really?
I think, yeah. So,
See, it was a bit over the top. I mean, which was very Jim Carrey at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just I am kind of along for the ride with my son on some of these like pop culture things as we watch them together. It's like experiencing it again, like, you know, except through his eyes and ears and his.
That's awesome.
I think we might have discussed this years ago, but you know, with the Nolan trilogy, I was disappointed they went with Bane. I get where they went with like it was a throwback to a Ra's al Ghul. I like that,
Right.
But I with the Batman, that's what I wanted the third film to be. Was I wanted, because you know the Joker basically wipes out the mafia in Gotham, and I wanted the Penguin to be like, I'm the next in line to take over the underworld.
Like basically scoop up all of the
scoop it all up, and that's what I wanted the third film to be. And so when that didn't happen, I was kind of like, oh man. But I still enjoyed the Dark Knight Returns, but it did. I mean, I think a lot of people had that Dark Knight. I know Chris hates the Dark Knight, but like people had that level of like, I want it up here, and it just wasn't going to be that. But,
I do like what they did with Two-Face.
Yes, true. Hate's a strong word. Yeah.
I do like what they do with Two-Face, like watching that again and seeing how really that character does have two sides. Like throughout them, like you can see the flip happen, and that character, like it's not the cartoony Batman Forever version of Two-Face, and it's not the 1966, Batman Two-Face. It's actually a little bit more realer and grittier. So. Anyway,
I still like the 1966 Batman where Cesar Romero will not shave off his mustache.
Right.
He gets to keep the job, but he will not get to Cesar Romero.
That's what's funny to me is because like as a kid, I actually saw the 66 Batman movie way before I saw any Rocky film. And so when I saw Mick for the first time, I just went, wah, because that's who I knew him as, and
if you watch It's a Wonderful Life, it's the same thing with Lionel Barrymore's character, the Potter, because he's very much like wah, wah, like he has kind of he has a very penguin-esque kind of.
What we should do, speaking of penguins, is waddle our way into another commercial break.
I actually thought that myself. Yeah.
And I have to get to bed. Let's get
before we go, do we have any results on the verses?
Well, you won by a landslide, Jack.
Oh, Jack won again? It's bullshit. This is ages.
Best duet. And us three,
Bonnie and Clyde.
Songs like best musical duets and
the twins
duet.
Jack is technically in the clear, but he's in a gray area. Whereas
he's in a big fucking gray area.
Yeah,
Gandalf the gray area.
Yeah, the gray.
Cookie Man's upset.
Nice callback.
Yeah, so Jack picked Queen and David Bowie's "Under Pressure" for the best duet. Whereas I picked Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson, Say. Chris picked I was with the guy, but it's Phil Collins, and the other guy did Easy Lover. And
she's a cheesy lover.
Matt picked
I picked what came to mind when I think of a duet from, and I don't know why I went with the 80s.
He picked Islands in the Stream.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was my first pick.
Basically Chris and I think had like 3 votes each, and I think Matt was in second, but still a very distant second compared to Jack.
I hate winning. It's become a burden. But I thought this time we'd go with favorite Van Halen song, and it can be Hagar or David Lee.
They're going on tour, by the way.
Yeah, together.
Are they
Yeah.
together?
They basically Hagar reached out to David Lee Roth like 2 weeks ago and said like, I want to do like a memory of Van Halen tour, and David Lee Roth wrote back, let's do it. And
wow.
But David Lee Roth's not going to be doing it.
Oh, he's not.
He can't sing.
His voice is gone.
It's what's
gonna
his
play
name?
guitar?
Mark Anthony and fucking what's his name? Joe Satriani. This guy
Oh, really?
is gonna play for Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, dude, it's. I think I might have to find tickets to that concert. That's gonna be a lot of fun. That'd
be rough
fun.
taking his spot though.
No doubt. But like, if there's anyone who's gonna do it, Satriani would fucking slay.
Yeah. I'm just saying I wouldn't want that pressure.
And Jason Bonham is gonna be playing drums.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So, anywho, best Van Halen song, and then I gotta go to bed after that. Let's see.
Yeah, me
roll the dice.
Cliff, you could be in this if you want.
I'm
Here's
good.
the dice. All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
But for all
The
those
dice.
Patreons, if you want to subscribe and let me know what, and you guys want to know what my favorite Van Halen song is, I couldn't name any Van Halen song, to be honest. I'm sorry, not my cup of tea. But
I'm going first.
You guys do your thing.
You're rolling first because you won. You got a 2.
Woohoo! Suck it, Jack.
Nick. That there's a 19.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
I think amazing. I never picked the winner because I actually don't pick the J pick. But
17.
For who?
I thought that said 41.
For
Who
Matt.
got 17?
I got
Matt.
17.
And then for me,
Because Queen is a band.
19.
What?
Uh-oh. We got a roll off.
We got to roll off. Nick, here you go.
Matt,
Nick.
you're
Ready?
third.
For Nick.
Fuck that.
Nick, you got a 7.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get a 19.
13, a lucky 13.
Oh, how convenient.
Oh, fuck. Best Van Halen song. Oh, my God. This is hard.
so who's first?
Me.
Chris. It's
What'd you
Chris,
get?
Nick, Matt, and Jack pulls up the rear.
Get a roll off at the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's.
you both got 19.
Oh.
It's a roll off. What?
See, it's just hard because do you go with Van Hagar? Do you go with Van Halen? Fuck. I'm gonna go with probably my first Van Halen song that I knew as a kid. And it's also
Is that the one that was on the original Star Trek episode?
yeah, exactly. And most recently, its use in the movie Ready Player One got me so fucking amped, and that's the organ open to the song "Jump" by Van Halen. That's gotta be.
I thought Jump
It's
would
gotta be
sneak
my
all the way
number
down
one
to
pick.
me.
No,
That's off of 1984.
There's no way Jump was getting to you. Because that's
Big
their best
green
song.
dump.
Dun, dun,
Gotta take a dump.
dun, dun. That scene in Ready Player One is just
Mighty Van Halen impression.
it's enhanced because of that song. So Van Halen's Jump 1984 for me. Oh, and Matt says it's their only number one. That's interesting.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
All right, Nick, you're up second.
Okay. So me, I tend to like their first record the best because it's the closest Led Zeppelin-esque kind of record, and I like all the heavy guitar on it. And so I'm always gonna support Ain't Talking About Love. So that's the one I'm gonna pick. Because I just love it. You know, the opening riff is so just when you hear that, you're like, that's fucking Van Halen.
I just heard that song when I was putting up the Christmas lights.
But that's what I know I won't win because most people are like, what the fuck is that song?
Jack, every time I talk with you, you're always putting up the Christmas lights.
And I,
Like every single time, it's like the Christmas lights.
I'm to the point where I'm so frustrated. I know that cancer is a big deal and world peace, but if they could come out with a lights,
Year-round
Christmas lights that are tangle free, I'd be happy in life. I'd take that over anything. It sucks. Anyway, go ahead. But I'm almost done.
Shit. Jump would be my.
It's already taken, Matt. You can't.
Yeah.
Have it.
I'm gonna go with Jump, the acoustic version. It's a demo. It's a slightly unknown track.
MTV
that,
Unplugged,
It's
unreleased.
a duet with Poison.
The duets. Cinderella.
They're both bands, man. They can't do it.
I also like the album 5150. It's one of those albums that I remember my dad getting on CD when he got that stereo system. So I'll go with Dreams. So
good song.
Wow. I guess I had Hot for Teacher written down here. I had Running with the Devil. Running with the Devil. Jamie's Crying. Whoa.
Jack is crying.
Oh,
Panama is another good one. But I guess I'll go with a Hagar song. I'll go Right Now.
oh, that's the worst one. That's the worst one, Jack.
No, it's not the worst one. That's a great
It's-
song. He's playing the piano and guitar simultaneously.
I was traumatized by that song because they played it for like a don't do drugs like seminar at our high school, and I just remember being like, "What? Why is this?" Anyway,
It's like
I was like, "Why are they using Van Halen for this? Like Van Halen sold out, man. Shouldn't be using your stuff for anti-drugs."
I'm pretty sure they're on drugs right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
I wrote this song on drugs right now.
Hey!
Yeah, Will
Yeah,
Fry.
no,
Will Fry knows exactly what I'm. Every don't do drugs assembly in the mid '90s. Yes.
Well, it got
exactly.
people pumped up, right? So, you know.
Well, you tell me what Panama's about. You tell me that's not. About
Every time I hear Panama, though, I think of the Drew Carey show because there's that one episode where like the lady, you know, with all the makeup is like pissed at him, and so like, she blockades Drew in the house and just plays Panama nonstop on repeat.
Panama.
Panama.
Yeah, the reason I picked
man.
this is because I had Van
That's a good
Halen
one.
playing while I was putting up the lights today, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
God, these songs are. I almost went with Rush, but I said, people don't want. You know,
I hate Rush.
Yeah.
you hate Rush, really?
I hate Rush.
Why do you hate
Wow.
Canadians?
Wow.
It's not. I don't hate their musicianship. I hate the lead singer because I cannot.
Geddy
stand
Lee?
his voice.
Chris hates to rush you, but
Take off to the Great White North. Take off to the Great
See what I
White
did
North.
I mean,
there?
I like a couple of tunes by them, but like when I never have gotten the hype of Rush. But it's just,
I'm like-
it's just like it's like U2. Like I think U2 is one of the most overrated bands in history.
I
know
love
Chris
Rush,
likes them, but like I
Doom, 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 doom.
Hey,
Well,
Anyway,
Yeah.
well, that's our poll. I'm sorry if you don't listen to the show and don't know why we picked each song, but those are your 4 choices to pick from.
I
but-
look forward to coming into 4th place.
It was nice to see Cliff again. Hope you enjoy yourself in
It's good to
Colorado.
see you guys too.
You know, we did have a couple of emails, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
we
Go
did
to the emails.
now. Okay.
Oh, there's an emails.
I
there's
didn't
always
know.
emails.
Oh boy.
Also, R.I.P. Shane McGowan from the Pogues.
Oh, legend.
And Fairy Tale in New York is one of our family's favorite Christmas songs. Because what other Christmas song can you yell out? You know, you
We were
maggot.
listening to that on Thanksgiving.
Simply having
Oh,
Christmas
Actual word.
time.
Actual word.
Pogues all the way.
I would tell McCartney to his
Go
face.
fuck yourself, McCartney. All right, so the first email is from Dennis. Here are some Star Trek, the original series syndication facts. But they're from Wikipedia, so are they really?
Okay.
Kaiser Broadcasting purchased syndication rights for Star Trek, Force of Habit, during the first season for its stations in several large cities, including what would become Los Angeles, because it saw the show as an effective counter-programming against Big Three Network, 6 o'clock p.m. evening of news. Kaiser's ratings were good, and other stations such as WPIX in New York City and WKBS in Philadelphia also purchased the episodes for similar counter-programming. By 1972, the Associated Press described as the show that won't die, aired in more than 100 American cities and 60 other countries. By 1986, 17 years after ending syndication, Star Trek was the most popular syndicated series, and by 1987, Paramount had made $1 million from each episode.
Wow.
And by 1994, the reruns still aired in 94% of the United States.
But not where Chris was living.
But not where
And
Chris
the
and
title?
nor I.
Episode title 6%.
6%. We're the 6%. Yeah. The second email is short, and I honestly don't know why it came to the RCAD, but it's from Randy.
Oh, okay.
And it says, a big congratulations to the Amazing Race with Jack and Cindy for becoming the most popular, most listened to, and most downloaded podcast on the Jay and Jack Network. No pit stops for you. Just keep on racing.
Thank you, Randy.
I think it's actually
Why
kind
don't
of
you
bullshit.
email that show, Randy?
Yeah,
email
Randy-
that fucking show.
Also, Randy, where are you
I-
getting your numbers from? This is fake news, Randy.
From the Amazing Race, because I say it every time.
Check your sources, Randy.
And the
you
Amazing
gotta
Race
double check that.
podcast with Jack and Cindy has never been off the air. It's always been out there.
I've
And
never seen or listened to one episode.
Fake news.
But it is, unfortunately, the number one podcast on the Jay and Jack Podcasting Network.
Unfortunately, okay.
I'm just saying.
Well,
So
they
that's
don't.
why I only make like $35.
Well, now that Cliff's on this one's gonna.
Oh
hit
God,
number
it's
one.
gonna have to be even smaller.
I'll send you my billing. I'll send you the
You're not
bill.
going to be able to buy a hot dog because we won't have enough.
Only half a
Taking
eaten
money
hot
away
dog.
from Chris. We've got inflation going on right now.
He's got a new
We're
car
just
to pay
taking
for.
sleep. We're just taking.
John the
sleep away
retired
from
guy.
Chris.
Star Trek has always been. It has. I just I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. And thank you, Dennis, for the email confirming that. But anyway, are we going to be back? Or well, Chris, you may not be here next week.
I
Right?
won't be here next week. No,
All right.
I
All right.
should be
So
here next week.
I won't.
I'm
be
in
after that,
California.
California. But
I won't do
anyway,
it unless Chris is doing it. That's solidarity with my fellow podcasters. So
hey, you got it right this time.
Quit touching yourself.
I want to touch myself. Oh. Anyway, we thank everybody who listens to us, who joins us live, and who whatever. But we thank our patrons. I'm really tired today. Go to changeact.com, become a patron. We're still looking for that 1 millionth, the $1 million patron, so we can buy a hot dog. We like to thank Cliff for joining us. Looking
Just
forward
so
to
you
the
know,
Christmas
everyone out there,
episode.
right now, Jack is on drugs. So
jump.
Take a big green dump. I almost went with Pretty Woman too.
oh yeah.
Ooh, bold for a cover song.
I
Yeah.
never liked Diver Down. I
Really?
it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
We were so close to ending this.
Yeah.
Yep. Good night.
I blame it. Anyway, become a patron. But at this time, we're going to thank our 4 patrons that reached a certain level: Eckhart Rickner Glovler, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Planet, Ed the Creepy Poopy Letter Carrier. Thanks for what you do, and thanks for everyone who makes the RCAD the second most popular podcast. Let's see, the third most popular podcast on the JM Jack Podcasting Network. It was a lot better when Matt was the producer. Sorry. But, Matt doesn't want to do it, so I have to do those great thumbnails.
I like them. I think you bring a lot better artwork than I was. So they're cool.
But mine's fake artwork. It's not like real artwork. I'm
Thanks for
stealing
doing
the
what
artwork.
you do.
Anyway,
So,
hasta luego. Well, that's
and
cool.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Go fuck yourself.
Bye.
It was